Well, I'm going to show you a part of the system that we call DCS, or Dynamic Content Spread. Now, Dynamic Content Spread is quite a good feature in that you can add lots of messages into the system for a very simple user interface, and it will automatically put all your different messages across a number of zones on the screen. So I'll show you the effect I'm talking about. This is a 9-zone screen, and it is showing there's a total of 12 messages being displayed on here, and because there are more messages than there are zones, it's making the top 2 zones show the 2 extra overspill of pages. So if I go back into our control system, these messages are entered into the messaging section, and we've got very simple messages. I've put them in, they're called test message 1 all the way up to test message 12. And to add the message, you just simply type it into these 3 boxes here. You've got a header, a main text area, and a footer. So you can update 3 different parts of a template. Now this is a template, so we're only updating the main message part of this template, and what it'll do, where the word message in square brackets is it'll put the text from here into that bit of text would then slot automatically into this template where it says message. The other header and footer are equally the same. You put the word header and footer inside square brackets, and again the content would be added into that. So what it does basically is, if you've got a multi-zone system and you want to update lots of zones with lots of information, you only need to basically go into one section of the controller to add all the messages. It's just saves a lot of time, because you don't need to know anything about, you don't need to create a page for each message. You just literally just type it into this part of the controller here, and it will update the system from it. There's also a mobile version of this controller, so you can even sort of update this from your phone. Now, being a little bit more creative, we've made a travel agents page here. This is using the same method. Basically, the 5 zones around the sides are showing messages entered into the messaging system. So the header, this is showing the 3 different parts of the content. We've got a header, a main message, and a footer. So in this case, the footer is the holiday price, the main message is the description of the holiday, and the header is the main title of the message. These are running on quite a fast display cycle time. You can change that in the configuration of it, so you could leave each individual message on the screen for a minute if you wanted to, and you can set it down to as low as about 5 seconds. So basically on this screen we've got 5 DCS zones, and then we've got a main content area here in the top left corner where we've created pages in our in the page editor and just dropped them into a non-DCS channel part of the system. So the top left zone just carousels, standard pages in with these other zones that are these DCS zones. So it's a very powerful system, and it saves it's a very, very quick way of entering lots of different information onto the screen, and it just keeps things very simple. You don't have to use it for a travel agent. You can use it for any kind of system. You could use it for even collaboration system. If you've got staff working from home, they could type in their messages into the system, and they would appear. Then each member of staff would be looking at the signage player, which is basically an application that runs in your web browser, and they could collaborate on something. So that's DCS.